A magyar kormányközeli médiumok és az orosz propaganda a háború kezdete óta gyakorlatilag kéz a kézben jártak, még ha Magyarországra érve finomodtak is az üzenetek. Kormányközeli megmondó emberek főműsoridőben arra utalgattak, hogy senki nem tudja, hogy ki támadott meg kit Ukrajnában, vagy hogy a háborút valójában a NATO robbantotta ki. Orbán Viktor miniszterelnök pedig, miután a kampány egyik fő motívuma az volt, hogy Márki-Zay Péter háborúba küldeni a magyarokat, még a választás éjszakáján is odaszúrt egyet Zelenszkijnek. Az Ukrajna elleni hangulatkeltés aztán tovább gyűrűzött a köztudatba, elég, ha csak bármelyik szájt komment szekcióját megnézzük. Itt már olyan elméletek is megjelentek, hogy például az ukránok csak megrendezték az egész háborút, az utcán találomra agyonlőtt civilek holttestei pedig valójában ügyesen elhelyezett próbababák. Éppen ezért felhívtunk egy szabadúszó fotóst, az Ausztrál Richardsont, hogy első kézből tudjuk meg, mi történik most Ukrajnában.
I can rest assure you that there is a massacre here. I have seen it with my own two eyes. At the moment, I'm trying to get a little bit of information about a body we found. He seems to be an aid worker trying to help people get out of a village. We found him. He had his hands tied behind his back. He took a bullet to the back of the head and it exited his right cheek, killed him immediately. His vehicle was burnt. You can clearly see it was a Russian situation going on there. I found two farmers who were executed, and even worse, they had put a booby trap bomb underneath them, so whoever moved them could potentially be killed themselves. I don't know about the propaganda machine in Hungary, but I can rest assure you that there is a problem here and it's massive. And I wouldn't understand why the Ukrainians would bomb themselves, because it has no sense at all.
Vorent Kijevben értük el. 2 hónapig járta fotográfusként a legnagyobb harcok színhelyeit, megfordult Bucsában, Irpinyben.
You know, mass graves, it's even hard to fathom in the 21st century that this is actually happening. I was at a building today in an area I can't say right now, but they're excavating the building where it came down, and they're estimating still another 300 people are missing, and hence the reason they have to, clear all the rubble away from the building, because potentially there's quite a few people under the building. Originally they tried to save them, but the Russians attacked them. I think it turned into quite a messy situation, so they had to leave the rescue operation. Now it's 4.5 weeks later, they're trying to excavate it now because they're going to take the bodies out so that they, at least gives peace to the loved ones, that they can bury their loved ones properly. I was in a village probably about, 30 kilometers from the Belarus border a couple of days ago, and there was an area there which the Russians controlled, and some of the villagers said there that the Russians were very young and they were very polite. Whereas you go to Butcher in Irpin, that was just complete brutality. It was a different unit. And the unit that was there is word that they were a mercenary unit. Mercenaries don't run by rules and regulations when they're, a normal army does. So obviously the brutality was maybe a part of their doing, I'm not sure. It's all speculation, but it's very much, there has been a genocide here and people have died unnecessarily. And, when you see people's hands tied behind their backs and single bullets to the heads, that's definitely murder. That's not a war. There's a road, a main highway. And as soon as I went around the corner of one car, I started to see massive amounts of bodies. And I was just, the first moment was just shock. So once you see one body, you kind of get used to a little bit, but it's the way they die, I think it's a little bit harder to take.
Warren azt mondja, hogy a sokkoló élmények ellenére munka közben próbál hideg fejjel és tárgyilagosan gondolkodni.
That's what my project's about, trauma. And this war has really done something to them. It's caused a real depression. There's a little bit of paranoid going on there as well. I've had a few experiences where I'm just walking home and all of a sudden I'm bailed up by 3 or 4 soldiers pointing guns at me, automatically saying I'm Russian when I'm saying no, I'm Australian. So definitely Australian. And then when they look at my credentials, they believe who I am and they say you must get indoors now because it can get dangerous at night.
Végezetül azt kérdeztem Warrentől, hogy mit üzenne a magyar kormánynak.
Well, I'm not Hungarian, and I probably don't have the right as a Hungarian to make that decision, but I would probably say stay neutral, support the people that have come into your country that need your help the most, and look at things as an all-round situation instead of, what's the word I'm looking for, narrow-minded.